Hello, everyone. My name is Amy Lane, and I am an information specialist with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society here in New York. My role is to provide blood cancer patients and caregivers with disease, treatment, and support information. I would first like to extend my gratitude to the MPN Horizons Committee for organizing this important event despite it being during such a difficult year. Our patients and families need us to press forward with this work now more than ever. Also, it is so nice to see everyone and come together to share, learn, and inspire one another. I was asked to share with the group what activities LLS is providing during the pandemic and how we pivoted to do so. Through a team effort, LLS was able to start offering COVID-19 resources in March and began moving our existing in-person programs to virtual platforms. The goal was to quickly position ourselves to help our constituents navigate through the many challenges they continue to face in a time of uncertainty, isolation, social unrest, and shrinking resources, all while making sure those without internet access and technology have the guidance, the resources, and support they need. As a member of the team of information specialists, we strive to do the best we can to empower and bring hope to our constituents through education, support, and provision of services. To that end, I have outlined on this slide a list of our pandemic programs and service offerings. First, through the generosity of a variety of individual, corporate, foundation contributions, including pharma and retail, we were able to provide a COVID-19 fund of $250 to offset non-medical expenses to blood cancer patients who are U.S. citizens or permanent residents and reside in the U.S. or a U.S. territory. The need was so great that the fund is currently exhausted, but we were fortunate to help almost 20,000 patients, providing approximately $5 million in aid. We also partnered with the car maker Subaru to surprise the COVID-19 fund recipients with a warm blanket. We were taken aback by the gratitude expressed by patients and caregivers to this program. This seemingly smaller gesture let them know someone was thinking of them and caring about their general well-being. It was not only a surprise, but a comfort to patients while in isolation. Additionally, Cryofarm, maker of selinexor used in myeloma treatment, donated 60,000 medical masks in partnership with Myeloma Crowd, the Family Reach Foundation, and LLS. The Myeloma Crowd distributed the free masks to myeloma patients and also myeloma facilities in need of PPE. Through these partnerships, we could help improve the safety of cancer patients and their families while also supporting healthcare workers. LLS also worked with food banks and Meals on Wheels to help feed many people with food insecurity issues. Along with the food, we offered blood cancer information and resources to help them cope. Next, as information specialists on the front lines, just like so many of you, we needed to quickly educate ourselves on COVID-19 so we could help patients through the known and the unknown and help have internal and external resources, both financial and social, ready to go to help them through the crisis. We have found our average call time length per patient has increased significantly, and their needs dire. We are making many more follow-up calls to see how they are doing, as they are dealing with eviction, unemployment, loss of medical insurance, food scarcity, mental health issues, and more. Many are struggling with not being able to see their loved one who's sick, or they've lost a loved one when regulations prevented them from being by their side. We are also providing a number of other COVID-19 resources, such as educational webinars, blogs providing guidance by our Chief Scientific Officer, podcasts by key opinion leaders, a COVID-19 banding together online chat moderated by an oncology social worker, as well as virtual events such as blood cancer conferences and support groups, both in English and in Spanish. We are also looking forward to a new webinar on telemedicine and the new face of cancer care in the beginning of 2021. Although not related to the pandemic, I just wanted to mention that we're looking forward to hosting an educational webinar on the MPNs in 2021. And we will have an updated MPN publication coming out next year as well. Next, through the partnership with AstraZeneca, LLS launched the first clinical trial dedicated solely to blood cancer patients infected with COVID-19. The trial is testing acalabrutinib in patients diagnosed with AML, ALL, MDS, and aplastic anemia, all of whom are often excluded from COVID-19 clinical trials based on their very low blood counts. Acalabrutinib, which is a medicine already approved to treat CLL and refractory relapsed mantle cell lymphoma, has shown promise in mitigating some life-threatening effects of COVID-19. The BEAT COVID trial is led by LLS with Dr. Michael Boyadis of the University of Pittsburgh as the principal investigator. Lastly, the LLS Advocacy Department worked with 28 other organizations to send a letter to our legislators about the importance of enacting several provisions, including the Coronavirus Response Act, access to COVID treatment at low cost or no cost, expanding paid and protected leave, promoting expedited Medicaid enrollment, opening a special enrollment period for the Affordable Care Act, expanding telemedicine services, and requiring health insurers to obtain backup supplies of essential medicines and equipment. So that is a run through of our pandemic programs and service offerings, and we are always brainstorming on additional ways to help based on the need gaps we hear about from our patients and caregivers. My hope is that by sharing with you today, it might stimulate ideas for additional resources your organizations could provide, especially by partnering with local organizations in your communities to help patients during the pandemic. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share what LLS has been able to provide during the pandemic. May we all stay safe and continue to become an even stronger and closer community during this time of adversity. Thank you.